before we get into anything we got going on the screen, if you're just checking in to see if the meta has changed or anything like that, it really has not. The bolt carbines didn't make much of a jump. I think their base damage is basically too low to have a 10% to the Instigator and a 15% to the Oculus with the patch 4.1 really make a difference. So not much difference than it was before. The Melta is still the top choice for this class, and the Instigator, depending on your skill, is definitely a good second choice, and the Oculus is just, it fell off the tier list a long time ago. So for the Instigator, like I said, it's really skill based. You can take this gun to pretty high heights. It has top tier ranged abilities, definitely by taking out ranged enemies across the map. Extremely powerful in that aspect. So if you have a couple melee characters on your team, the Instigator is always good to go with. If you need to be more of the aggro grabber in the group, Melta is the best one to take. So for basically how we are breaking these weapons down, don't freak out by the low overall numbers. That is just, these are being compared to every primary ranged weapon in the game, so you have to take it, take into consideration they're being compared to the heavies weapons, the snipers weapons, which are extremely powerful primary ranged weapons. So for how we got it set up right here, we got these metrics is what we are judging the guns by: health regeneration, how well they perform against a boss, which is determined by damage to the boss, and also ammo consumption. So how much damage you do compared to how much ammo you have to expend. And then we have versus majors and extremists, very similar fashion, but you have to add in with these also the AoE and the splash damage, because often in lethal these guys are grouped up together, so you have to take into consideration you're hitting multiple majors and extremists at one time. And then we have splash and AoE, how much damage you're doing to multiple enemies at once. As you see, the bolt carbine and the Oculus, they have a small number in that, and that is because of their weapon perk, the penetration perk, where you penetrate multiple enemies. So the weapon perks are considered, class perks are excluded, and all the stuff at the top of the screen, obviously, sorry. And then we got ammo management, which is how you are performing with your ammo from cache to cache in lethal difficulty. So you're usually only getting, I think, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 3 caches in lethal. I think maybe 2 only, but it's 2 or 3 caches. So how well you're performing with your ammo against majors, and how much ammo it takes to kill the majors, and different things like that is going to contribute to how well you're going to be able to keep up your ammo management, as well as your weapon perks also will contribute to the ammo management as well. So this is how we got the Vanguard's weapons stacking up like overall to the other weapons in the game. I feel like anything over a 6 is basically very strong on this class, because you have to add into consideration you are a 50% melee class. So you're not going to have guns that are, ranked like 9, 10 in the game. So Instigator, very strong for the class. Melta's still number 1. I hope they do increase the bolt carbine some more. Overall, I would like some feedback from the community on how you think, if you think these metrics and how I'm measuring the metrics are a good idea or not, and just overall feedback about if you think that this is how these guns would stack up.